Alright, so before we begin, I got some bad news. My Naruto Chapter 671 review was removed by Shueisha because of the images I used, which is complete bullshit because according to the copyright law that I added as a disclaimer on the description of every single one of my videos, it's okay to use those images as long as they're for entertainment purposes only and you do not claim them as your own or you don't monetize your videos. I haven't monetized the videos. I claimed that the images that I use aren't my own, and yet now of all times, this video gets removed because I wanted to show the symbolism of the chapter in Naruto. And the images were altered, by the way. So how come when it's Naruto, it's bad, but when it comes to other chapter reviews that I do, it's okay? Which is complete bullcrap because I'm not doing anything illegal here. I'm following the copyright law for God's sakes. My channel now has a strike, which took me almost a freaking year to get that strike to go away, to get my channel back into a good standing. Now my videos are limited to 15 minutes, and I can't even do live streams anymore. I just filed a counterclaim last night, so I gotta wait like 10 days or even more for a response so that the video might come back. In the meantime, however, thank God I got a backup channel, so if I have videos that are over 15 minutes long, I will post them on my backup channel, which I'll put a link in the description below. And this is not gonna stop me from doing my reaction videos to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime. I know it's out today, so the reaction and the review portion will be out on my backup channel, I believe, in this weekend. Hopefully tomorrow, or if not, then Sunday. So yeah, now that you've caught up with the update, let's get on with the fairy tale chapter. Cue the intro. Hey guys, Lunarspawn27 here, bringing you Fairy Tale Chapter 379, Tartaros Arc, Part 3, King of Hades. So the chapter begins with Franmalth declaring that Face has been activated, but Natsu, Lucy, and Happy noticed that their magic hasn't disappeared, so they knew instantly that Wendy and Charles stopped Face. Franmalth, however, was so surprised that their plan failed that he falls to the ground and wonders what he has to do to compensate for this failure. He then gets up and starts to go on a rampage, trying to latch onto Natsu, yelling out, "How about I start with 100,000 of you little bastard souls?" He tries and tries again to grab onto Natsu, even though Natsu kept on dodging, all the while yelling out, "Give me your goddamn souls, and then give me your souls. Then when I'm done ripping your souls out, I'm gonna rip your souls out again." Yeah, Franmalth has completely lost it. So he decides to use one of Hades' techniques, where he summons magic incantations which surround Natsu, Happy, and Lucy, and uses the technique Amaterasu 28 forms, which causes a massive explosion which destroys a portion of Tartarus' headquarters. We cut back to Erza and Minerva, who are continuing with their fight. Kyouka notices that Erza hasn't lost her magic power yet. Assuming that the phase operation has failed, she decides to retreat and leave someone else to take care of Erza, and that person happens to be Minerva. Well, actually, since she's been reincarnated as a demon, she now goes by the name of Neo Minerva. I'm sorry. When she called herself Neo Minerva, the first thing that popped into my head was Neo from the Matrix trilogy. I mean, yeah, I know she's been reincarnated, but really? Neo Minerva? Doesn't even sound that scary if you ask me. I mean, she should have just stuck with the name Minerva. But whatever. So yeah, Minerva and Erza are once again going to fight for the third time, having another rematch. I am intrigued to see what Minerva can do now that she is a demon now, but knowing how this fight is going to go, Erza, I swear to God, she is going to have like some sort of speech trying to convince Minerva not to let the darkness consume her heart and all that bullcrap. I don't know if this is going to be as bad as that speech she gave to Kyouka, a freaking demon. But Minerva is a demon now, so trying to convince a demon to join the good side, well, this isn't a bijou, so I don't know how this might turn out, but I hope that Minerva doesn't, get redeemed. Because she's done some terrible things ever since she was introduced during the Grand Magic Games, and if she is gonna get some sort of redemption, like Ultir, for example, it's gotta be really huge. in order for that to happen. Now with Kyouka, the reason why she was running away wasn't because she was going to lose to Erza. Since she didn't plan on Faye's failing, she has no choice but to go to Master E.N.D. So yeah, eventually we're going to see E.N.D and what kind of demon this guy is. So that I'm looking forward to seeing. We cut back to Natsu, Lucy, and Happy, who are seriously injured after that Amaterasu technique. You'd think an explosion like that would blast them to smithereens, but no, I think Franmalth made the Amaterasu technique strong enough to defeat them, not kill them, so that he can absorb their souls. Which he proceeds to do so, by the way, by latching his tentacle arms onto Natsu, Lucy, and Happy, draining their power, and proceeding to absorb their souls.
Your soul is mine.
However, Natsu is trying to resist, saying, "My soul is staying right here." He then tells Lucy and Happy that whatever they do, don't give up. Our souls are right here in us. Be strong, stay here. Franmalth then says, "You can't break my curse with your little inspirational speech." Yeah, Franmalth, you clearly don't know about fairy tale, do you? That's understandable, you just met the guild. Anyway, Natsu then says, "Until I meet Igneel, there's no friggin' way I'm giving up my soul. I'm never giving up my will." Okay, I gotta give kudos to Natsu with that speech and using his willpower to resist getting his soul from being absorbed. However, he did mention Igneel, and it always bothered me that we still didn't know what the hell happened to him and the other dragons so far, and especially the only new information we got about Igneel is that he tried to stop E.N.D, but he failed to do so, and yet we still don't know what the hell happened to him and what caused him to disappear into Lava Land. That was the last thing we saw where Igneel was, by the way. And then Natsu tells Lucy and Happy, "With all your strength, think of the things that matter most to you. You can't give in to him no matter what. Use them as your motivation and break these bonds." Okay, for a minute there, I thought this was turning into Natsu's annoying as hell Nakama friendship speeches that he always has in every single goddamn fight, but no, it doesn't seem to be the case. And if you actually think about it, this makes sense in terms of shonen manga, so this is the least bullshittiest speech that he's made, so I'm gonna let it slide. So Happy starts thinking his most important things, which happens to be Charl and Fish. I find it funny that Happy is not thinking about his guild or Natsu, just Charl and Fish. However, with Lucy, oh son of a bitch, her shirt is ripped open. I swear to fucking God, if we're gonna see her boobs again. I mean, seriously, I've seen enough naked Lucy during the dragon invasion and that hot spring chapter to the point where it's getting old and ridiculous right now. Well, anyway, Lucy thinks of her most important things, which happens to be her Nakama, her guild, and her celestial spirits. Since Taurus and Aries were also absorbed into Franmalth, she wants to at least set them free. So she yells out, "Taurus, I close our contract," closing Taurus's gate, and since Franmalth has absorbed the celestial spirits, his body is being drawn into the celestial world along with Taurus. In order for Franmalth not to be drawn into the celestial world, he ejects Taurus from his body, setting him free. Lucy then comes up with an idea, yelling out, "Aries, I close our contract." Trying to draw Franmalth once again to the celestial world, he ejects Aries from his body, setting her free. She then makes a bluff, yelling out, "Natsu, I close our contract." And Franmalth bought it, assuming Natsu was a celestial spirit, and letting him go. However, he realized it was a lie, but it was too late since Natsu punches him in the face.
In the face! In the face!
So even though Franmalth's curse allows him to absorb people's souls and the souls of magic, there is one thing that he can't absorb, and it's inanimate objects that don't have a soul, which is definitely something that he can't do against Natsu carrying a giant piece of rock, which he proceeds to slam Franmalth with that piece of rock over and over and over again, until Franmalth, even with that stupid big smile on his face, looks nothing more than a squashed bug. Okay, that was pretty cool, but does this mean that Franmalth is dead now? Because even if you kill a demon, they would still come back to life, right? I mean, that happened with Jackal, so is he dead now? Well, anyway, even if he's dead or not, the souls that he has absorbed are finally set free, returning to, I guess their bodies or to the afterlife or something. However, one of them, which happens to be Hades, by the way, warns Natsu, Lucy, and Happy that it has only just begun. Tartarus' true goal apparently wasn't Faye's, but Hades doesn't have time to tell them what their true goal is. So he tells them to tell Makarov to release the light. And then Hades disappears, and that is where the chapter ends. Wait a minute. Release the light? Oh my god, he's talking about Lumen Histoire. We're gonna see Lumen Histoire finally! We'll get to know what the hell that thing is. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 379. What did I think? Honestly, I thought this was a good chapter. Franmalth was one tough demon to beat, and I did like how Natsu and Lucy defeated him, so it was a pretty good fight. And I like the fact that Franmalth actually showed that he was more of a threat, unlike Ezel in the previous two chapters. Now, Natsu's speech of getting them to think of the most important things just to keep their souls within their bodies using their willpower, this was actually one of the least bullshittiest speeches that Natsu has said. In terms of shonen manga, this actually makes sense, and it didn't lead to a one-hit KO or Nakama friendship power-up, so this is one of Natsu's speeches that I actually liked. Now that the souls have been freed, I'm assuming that they're going back to their original vessels, but what about the souls of the people that Franmalth absorbed that were dead, like Hades? I mean, where is Hades' soul going to return to? The afterlife? Because I will call bullshit if Hades is alive, because the Wrath killed him, so he should stay dead. Now, Erza and Minerva's rematch. That will be interesting to see because we don't know what Minerva can do now that she has been reincarnated as a demon. However, I got mixed feelings with this because the fight might look awesome, but on the other hand, we might have to deal with Erza's come to the good side, love, Nakama, friendship, and all that speeches that she usually does. I mean, she did that with Kyouka, and that was annoying. Imagine what she's going to say to Minerva now. But Kyouka is heading towards E.N.D, so we will see him eventually, and I am looking forward to seeing the Guild Master of Tartarus and what kind of demon this guy really is. There have been some theories that it might be Natsu's evil side or a split personality of Natsu, but we'll just have to wait and see until we see E.N.D himself. As for what Hades said about releasing the light, I'm calling it now, that light was Lumen Histoire. And the funny thing is, that light, I think it was according to the Guild Master of Raventail, said this was Fairy Tail's darkness. This was the thing that I believe Makarov showed to Gildarts before he left. Whatever this light is, Lumen Histoire, this might be something to stop Tartarus' true goal from happening. So I am looking forward to seeing what Lumen Histoire really is. Now, next week's chapter is going to be called Hell's Core. Not sure which fight are we going to focus on now or which plot point we're going back to. Maybe we'll get to see Minerva versus Erza, or Kyouka meeting with E.N.D, or maybe Makarov learning about releasing the light. Who knows? But I am looking forward to next week's chapter. So overall, I thought this chapter was good, or at least decent, and it was a pretty good start to the beginning of Tartarus Arc Part 3. So yeah, this is Fairy Tail chapter 379. Tell me guys, what did you think of this week's chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Any ideas as to what the light is going to do when released, and what Tartarus' true goal is? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you like it, and subscribe to more videos. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, this is Fairy Tail chapter 379. I'm LunarSpawn27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.